All right, who's winning the football game?
Shea show a lot of what Shea can do tonight with the pass and the shot and taking up for his teammates. And
Yeah, no, I thought that was a much better game, overall for everybody. But Shea made a real good pass on the first goal. Of course, Deachin had his head up and found him in sort of the high slot for a little bit of a high tip, and then obviously the power play goal. That's what he gets pucks through. It can find a way in. So from a standpoint, that's Shea was stepped up his game. I asked a lot of the veterans to try to shake the rust off, and that's by playing real hard, playing with some pace. I thought much better game. I wasn't too happy with the first 3 games in terms of our execution, our pace, all the things that go. We're in that evaluation phase, and this morning I talked about let's get into the preparation phase of our camp here, and that's getting the rust off. Some guys have played one game competitively, if you will, against another opponent. It's been 5 months or whatever, 4 months, so it's been a while. So try to get the rust off, and I thought one thing that we did is got a good start tonight, which I didn't think in the first 3 games we did. We had good pace and execution. Power play sort of showed signs of doing some of the stuff we've been trying to get them to do. They had some chances on the first one, and we scored a power play goal. Just our better execution through entries, all those type of things. I thought our discipline was better. We didn't take as many penalties. And then I thought in the third, when it was tied 1-1, we stayed to a pretty good game plan. Didn't give them much, and were able to score a power play goal. And in the third period, it should have been 3-1. We made a great. We drew up a little bit of a draw. They won the draw, being down 6-on-5 when they pulled their goalie. A couple of great plays. Suter over to Erad over to Legwan. Legwan made a great play to Ward. And we had to finish the game off there. We made a mistake like that in Carolina, almost cost us. And then we all know what happened in the playoffs. So that was the one negative we better learn from, is that when you have an opponent down, you better finish them off. And that was, if there was one negative tonight, that would be it.
That's tough to, I don't say preseason game's a must win, but with the way Shea played tonight, is this sort of what you envisioned out of him when you named him captain?
Yeah. I mean, he was a force out there. I thought, from a standpoint, he was, obviously he's physical. I thought he made pretty good decisions all night. I thought, he stepped up when we needed to. We needed something happen on the power play. Guys around made a good play. We had a good net presence. He got it through. He was a difference maker, and that's what Shea can be. So we got a couple guys, especially on the back end, guys like Suits, and I thought Frankie Bouillon played really well. Our defense core as a group played much better, and you see there's a little more veteran presence in the lineup. Tonight we had 13 guys actually just playing their second game. So hopefully a little of the rust comes off. I thought the Atlanta played with good pace. They've got a pretty good sized team up front. So from a standpoint, I thought it was a much improved game with better pace, better scoring chances we created, and I thought we were pretty good defensively for the most part. Still can manage the puck a little bit better in certain situations, but we're making progress.
You talked about discipline. You didn't take any penalties. You're concerned not getting much looks at your penalty kill, or is that?
Well, if we never have to kill a penalty this year, that's a good thing. I don't know if I can answer that question. The best practice is reps, and that will be something that we'll just have to work through. I mean, from a standpoint of not taking penalties, and when we do, we'll have to just be really good with limited practice, hopefully.
It seemed like on the power play, you guys were able to possess the puck more and work it deep. It looked like you guys had a little better.
We had a little better understanding. I think we talked about the concept of what we want to do, and 5 guys working as a unit, and you saw more movement. You saw some better decisions. You saw some of the things that we've been trying to work on in practice, and we had some good meetings, and you saw glimpses of the concept of what we want to do, and I thought we really possessed the puck a lot more. And if you possess the puck more, you're obviously making good decisions and moving it around. You're probably shooting the puck and getting chances and more in the retrieving. And obviously, all that doesn't happen unless you have a good breakouts. So, all those areas, it started it starts with the face-off, and then puck possession and retrievals, and works from there. And then when you do have to go back in your end and get it, we re-entered pretty well and retrieved pucks. And it all starts at the face-off, and I thought in those areas we were a little bit better on special teams. So it's a small step forward.
Line combination sort of function the way you wanted them to?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. For the most part, yes. Obviously we put some people that were familiar with each other, and then added a new component, or maybe a component we're thinking of going full time with. So, for the most part, they function fairly well now.
Is Kostitsyn starting to fit into your system a little bit easier than you thought?
Well, he's starting to buy into our system and buy into what we do. From that standpoint, I thought tonight was every game he's playing a little bit better, and he has a better understanding. So I think he's a real intelligent player, and he's got some gifts. And we just want to make sure that we use his intelligence and his gifts. And you don't get to do it unless you're playing at a high pace, and that's the way we want to play. So we're trying to get his pace up, but he's a smart player. He's got a good stick.
O'Reilly
and Pekka all night, or just?
Well, that was I went into the plan of Pekka going the whole night with Plan B that maybe after 2 periods I would go with Pickard. And I looked up and Peck's only had 16 shots. I think I threw 2 periods, and I figured I think he needs a little more work. If it was up at 32 or 33 after 2 periods, which would mean that we're not playing that well, I probably would have put Pickard in for Rennie. So just felt that he didn't get a lot of work, so I just want to keep Peck's sharp. And I in the morning I had talked to Chad, because I thought he's had got off to a little bit of a slow start, but he's done a really lot of work this summer to do what we've asked him, try to change a little bit and grow his game a little bit, and I think he deserved to dress tonight, and that's a big step, just being on the bench in an NHL game. So well deserved by Chad.
Were there any effects to Smithson on that hit by Buffalo?
I don't have an answer for you right now, because I don't know where to go find him in the dressing room. We don't have one. So in the update we'll try to get it to you. I don't have it. I walked in and I'm looking for him, and I don't know where he is. So he's somewhere in the bowels of the arena. Hopefully he's not hurt.
Lundmark and O'Reilly, how did they do?
Lundmark, I thought he was okay. He's been really hampered with a little bit of a groin injury, and he strained it during the game. That's why you didn't see him in the 3rd period. I thought Cal was a little bit better than he was the other night, so just got to play with pace. When he's playing with pace, he's a real good, intelligent hockey player. When he slows things down and gets a little bit too cute and creates turnovers and doesn't manage the puck as firmly as he needs to, then I have a little bit of trouble with this game. But I thought he was a little bit better, yeah.
Did you like what you saw Sullivan, Hornqvist, and O'Reilly's line?
Yeah, I didn't mind them. They were pretty good. Thought Sully was skating better. Hornqvist had lots of chances, hasn't found the back of the net, but he goes to the hard areas, and if you keep doing that, you'll get rewarded. So yeah, I didn't mind it. It was a good line for us.
Thanks.